mind, body, and soul. Tune in. It's the Snap Judgment Show.
What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is, man. It's Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. You done made it through an joyous week. Now it's about to start a new one. Remember, everything rises and falls on leadership. I'm encouraging those who has that role for their company, organization, church, or even their families. Always, always, always be self-aware and to create a culture of accountability. I firmly believe that the success of our organization and teams is determined by the quality of leadership. Remember, the reason why a rearview mirror is smaller than the windshield is because you're supposed to be looking forward. As you're looking forward into the windshield of your car, you're seeing people moving towards their destiny. Same thing as you. A rearview mirror, whether it's in front of you, on top of your head, or even on the side, those are obstacles that's going to look out for things that is coming your way. Be determined that these things are to be avoided. When you look in the rearview mirror and you see a car coming up real fast, or you see somebody moving behind you real slick and real crazy, what do? You pull over and you let them by, then let them proceed. You ever do that, then all of a sudden you come up to a stop sign, or either you come up to a light and you see that same car and be like, hey, where'd you go? You did all that for nothing. What that is showing you just the way in life, when you look behind you, don't look at it for a long period of time. When you put your feelings and things back in the past and try to encourage that into the future, trust me, you're gonna have a long journey. Remember, the rearview mirror is bigger than the windshield for something. And that's the reason why. Keep looking forward. You're almost there. You're almost at your deadline. You are one meeting away. You are almost one phone call away. Matter of fact, you are one interview away from being and doing what you perceive that you were here to put on this earth to do. The worst part about being strong in life, that no one cares when you feel weak. It's lonely. Yes, it is. And everyone just assumes that you'll get over it. You will. But in them times, that is your time to be by yourself, to determine where you're going, where you have been, and what's your next step. We all have obstacles. We're living in the world of so many temptations and so many judgmental things that's going on here in this world. Never let no one or anything judge on what you're doing and what you're here for. Only you know where you are going. Everyone sins different, so don't compare, don't be judged. Everyone does things differently. As you move on in life, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for where you're going. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be bad tribulations in life, but it's not when it comes. It's when it comes, what do you do to make it even better? Another Black history fact as we almost end this month. In 1926, Carter G. Woodson created Negro History Week. Mr. Woodson is a notable African-American historic scholar, an educator, and a publisher. It became a month-long celebration in 1976. The month of February was chosen to considered with the birthday of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. Never knew that. But now that we know, this is why February is chosen as our Black History Month. As we pursue, we want to give praise to all your birthdays out there. Everyone who has woke up this morning, say thank you. Whoever you praise to or whoever you put your almighty to, give him praise and say thank you. You have another day to get it right. Tomorrow's another day. Yesterday was the past. Today is the present. Tomorrow is the future. What are you going to do to make sure that your future prepared? You already know what it is, man. Next 100, Snap Judgment. Peace.
And this is what it feels like. And this is what it feels like. The only reason I survive, cause a nigga is special first. You get successful, then it gets stressful. Thirst. Niggas gon' test you, see what your texture's worth. Diamonds and pipes, one of them pressure burst. Street niggas, still I get checks and spurts. I'm for peace, but before I get pressed, I murk. Better days pray for, but expecting worse. At this level, bullshit, I'm just less concerned. Cruising in the six, looking at the proceeds of rap music on my wrist. Drop another mixtape, my shit booming out this bitch. Young Malcolm, I'm the leader of the movement out this bitch. Love. And this is what it feels like. Reach a level, make you question, is it real life? All the weed good, all the pussy scorpion bricks. Way before Aubrey's double disc. 40 on my lap, clap, sound like 40 did the mix. The coke cheaper, the flow ether. Feel like Broadway 9-7 coming out the speaker. Talking blue jeans, scheme type of drug money. Cross the street from City College, D's ran a plug from me. Chinese spot, waiting on Poppy. 4 wings, whole thing, bout to cook it and chop it. Quick stop to the baggy spot, right by the Iron Horse. Then put Suge in a cab and send her up north. Oh, what a feeling when it touched down. Pull up on a block, free samples of that bust down. Fiend says a 9, maybe 10, but it's the best thing smoke. I hop out, you break fast or get your egg cracked open. MD simply did it the best. Talk slick behind my back and get you one in your chest. Don't at me where you at, it's at your address. Pillowcase over your face, just a muff with a mess. It's Tito, the Michael Jordan rocker, iceberg wearer. Guess jeans with the pin pockets don't compare us. I've been getting to it, taking L's, blowing through them. No Espanol, that money talk, speaking fluent. Me and Jim been chasing bags since the Jan sport. Brooklyn and Frank and Nav, fuck your little man thought. Home of the booster, my first hustle was shoplifting. 100 grand for the 10, you know the boy cop different.
Getting drug money, let the red head. Put a bag on him, that's a death day. Turn the 50 to 100 on my next play. Yeah, I'm buzzed down, rollies on the next day. Yeah, who want them bites? Tito was coming try. Yeah, who want them bites? I'm coming try. Got a bunch of lines, they be loving mine. Got a bunch of lines, they be loving mine.
I knew a plug that used to love listening to Tito Puente. I used to pull up on Poppy like Nita Bente. Now I pull up on this block in a 2-seater Bentley. You know, bust down the rollie, that's a Presidente. When it come to Spanish Harlem, I'm a patriot. I was cooking in the kitchens, boy, without an apron. You know, mixing up them chickens with that soda bacon. Hustler, if my custody wasn't pig, I would've sold them bacon. All white ears and my Yankee fitted. Back in 98, I sold Ye when the Yankees did it. Now when the coke is getting stepped on like a stampede. Put the coke on the plate and let the grands breathe. All these fumes have me feeling like I can't breathe. 12-hour shifts in the trap and you can't leave. We started getting 100 off a stack. I was a bad little nigga, always running off with the pack. Till I got a little bigger, start running up with the Mac. Where I'm from, every summer, you know someone was getting clapped. I could talk about it all now. Dripping in that off-white, mixing up that soft white so to see them Porsche lights.
Yeah, getting drug money, let the red head. Put a bag on him, that's a death day. Turn the 50 to 100 on my next play. Yeah, I'm buzzed down, rollies on the next day. Yeah, who want them bites? I'm coming try. Yeah, who want them bites? I'm coming try. Got a bunch of lines, they be loving mine. Got a bunch of lines, they be loving mine.
Atlanta's home for hip-hop and R&B. ATL's Next 100.
What's going on, baby? You all know what it is, man. It's the Next 100 S.N.A.P Judgement show with the beautiful hosts, Jenne, Matillda. What's going on, baby?
Hey, fine host.
Hey, beautiful. What's going on?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I woke up this morning.
I mean,
I'm real good.
You're in the race, though.
Whoa. I'm in the race. I'm still trying to win it, though.
Right.
So how's it been? I didn't see you last week. How was your Valentine's?
It was low key.
Yeah. Same thing. I work.
It was low key.
I work. No date, no hearts. So I'm good. I'm straight. Nah.
Yeah, me neither. I just stayed home.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, it's good. I mean, the weather's just been crazy out here, so I should have stayed home, but I didn't. But for those out there who's going through these terrible winter storms and stuff out there, man, please be safe, drive safe.
Please.
Places like Dallas is getting, Texas is getting hit.
Yeah.
Here in Atlanta, we just getting cold rain, freezing, especially
Thank
up north.
God. And I will not complain about it.
Yes, this is why I left
right.
up north.
I would take
so
the
I would
rain.
take that all day than snow.
Yes,
but
and having to shovel to leave, to get in.
Warm the car up, and it's still cold when you get in there. So, listen, man, I hope everybody out there just stay safe. Remember, we're still in the pandemic of COVID-19. So not just what's going on in the historical weather, we still have to make sure that health is straight.
Right.
So make
sure.
Since
you're on the weather, I did want to talk about the mayor. There's a mayor it's called Colorado City in Texas. His name is Mayor Tim Boyd.
Okay.
Man, this guy right here, he decided that he was going to go off and then quit.
Now, is this the same guy like that was on the highways and the trucks and all those the accidents happened? Was the mayor of that city?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe I know it was bad. So this is what he said. I'm gonna read it to you. So he says, "Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute.
Ooh.
No one owes you or your family anything, nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this. Sink or swim, it's your choice.
Ooh.
The city and county, along with power providers or any other services, owes you nothing. I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. If you have no water, you'll deal with that. And if you are sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are sitting there waiting for someone to come rescue you because you're lazy, is direct result of your raising. Only the strong will survive, and the weak will perish. Folks, God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. This is sadly a product of socialist government where they feed people to believe that the few will work and others will become dependent for handouts. Am I sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water? Yes, but I'll be damned if I'm going to provide for anyone that is capable of doing it themselves. We have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and mesh them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying and looking for a handout. Get off your ASS and take care of your own family. Bottom line, don't be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution."
And this was a mayor?
This is the mayor.
This is a part of government?
Yes, this is the mayor of Tim Boyd. See, this is what rocks my world. Is that these are the people that folks actually voting.
They're voting for.
They're voting for.
These are the people that you put in office.
Yes.
You gave them this job.
Yes.
And this is what you get for helping that person get that job. I feel wow.
Right.
I'm like fabricated by that.
Right. And I mean, I wonder how you sit back. Like, it's even like we're looking at the whole Trump ordeal. After you sit back and you see all the chaos that he created, and how do you feel knowing that you voted for someone to create such chaos? Like with this guy, this Mayor Tim Boyd, when you sit back and you're like, oh man, I voted for him for mayor.
Exactly.
How does that make you feel?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. How does that, who you got out of your miswork, whatever you did to go ahead and vote for this person and put him in office, and the things that he said in the beginning, now this happens, this shows you the character of our government.
That's right. You contributed to this.
You did, because you gave that person a job.
This. You gave this person power over your abilities in life, in the city that you live, in the country of which you live. You did that.
That is just so, I ain't gonna say disrespectful, but that's like a relationship you bond, because like we always say, when we go out and vote, we're accountable for giving these people jobs because it's their jobs. So we're really based on going on what your words and what you're doing. And it's like an argument. Your first argument, which is his first disaster, and this is how you respond to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad. So how can we count on the government to do anything for us, and they're spitting these type of words to us? It wasn't like nobody didn't pay their phone bill or light bill or the bill. This was something
totally out of their control.
You supposed to give us the
Mother
tool to make sure we have everything right.
Yes.
Wow. Bless and please give prayers for those out there who hope you have lights now. Hope you have water, because I know it's a real disaster down there in Texas. In Texas, we definitely are praying for you, because I've been through certain things like that. I have been in hurricanes and stuff like that. We was out of power and things like that for a long period of time, and I just seen some videos of some people, and I don't know what to do. I'll be scared, because especially if you got children.
Oh yeah, that's rough. I mean, when New York had Sandy, my uncle passed away that night because they weren't able to get an ambulance to my parents' house. So yeah, it's really, it's tough. I think I read something that said about 20 people died or something during this situation. So prayers definitely go out to Texas.
Yes, and this is what I said earlier in the show, where everything rises and falls on leadership. Evidently, Texas, Houston don't have that right now, because their leadership
Colorado
right now.
City, that is.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, also to build your organization, your company, you got to have leadership. And it's not about money, it's not about power, it's just about leadership. Everybody wants somebody who they can count on when things are down. We all get in our lows, we all get in our ways, but we just want that presence of, we know it's going to be all right, but just to hear that voice and the confidence of somebody else, it just gives you a whole different standard.
Everyone can't be a chief. There's going to be some Indians, and those people who actually are leaders and chiefs, they need to understand what that responsibility really entails. It entails it's so much broader than being able to come in and give direction, but being a voice of reason, being a voice of peace, being a voice of unity. All these things come into play of being a leader. And
understanding your role and who you are. You know, everybody wants to be LeBron James and Michael, the top person, but you might not be built for that. And it's okay to be the Scottie Pippins, the second in hand, because they're just more important as the first person. The top person needs that person underneath them to show them you might be strong at that. But some of us got to understand our roles, understand what we're doing in life, man. Right. Like I said, we keep praying. We definitely want to give, like I said, shout out to all the birthday. Oh, was this still Aquarius season now? Or now we're moving into
Pisces?
Oh, this is Pisces now. So all the Pisces out there, man, congratulations, man. You made it. You're here. Like, turn up. Whoa, like, happy birthday to all y'all. The baddest thing is that I know the All-Star Weekend is coming here in Atlanta. And so many people are so excited about coming to Atlanta.
What weekend is that?
This is, if I'm not mistaken, it's in 2 weeks.
Okay, I probably won't be here.
Yeah, we have so many things going on here in Atlanta because we're one of the cities that's still open. Just make sure during that weekend you stay safe. Make sure that you pack your mask because people are coming in and going to be coming out. You still want to remain safe. I mean, everybody seems like they're not really talking about the COVID, but it's still out here. People are still passing away.
Who's trying to act like it don't exist?
It don't exist. You know what I mean? So I get a cold running nose, I'm like, ho. Back in days it was cool, but now it's like I'm getting kind of.
Well, I would hope that all these people who are going to be coming down here in droves have taken their zinc, their vitamin C,
black seed oil. Make sure that you're taking that. No.
All your vitamins that you need that they say is supposed to actually help to fight this disease. Yeah. Take all that stuff because it's just stop this spread. This is ridiculous.
Yes. I mean, I want to get up now. I want everything to be back to normal. Maybe this is a part of change. The world don't change, people change. But are you changing for the good or are you changing for the bad? We have to be accountable for everything that we're doing in life and make sure that our younger ones are following in our footsteps. Make sure that they're going to lead a great world. Because we got to look for the next politicians. We got to look for the next doctors. Make sure that they follow up. Make sure they're doing the things that is possible to be great. Like I said, man, thank you for everyone, like I said, who follows the S.N.A.P Judgement Show. We are blessed, and we love to be here because somebody did not wake up this morning.
Yeah.
But we are here. We love y'all. We're going to definitely get in. We have Dr. Cassandra Parks who's going to fall in, which generates on our topic. My topic today that I'm choosing, I want, hopefully y'all can listening. Can you date someone younger than your child? Or in other words, can someone date someone older than their parent? There's a lot of older, younger things going on, even in entertainment out here in the streets and stuff like that. Can you date somebody?
Well, you know what? I mean, our generation had a lot of young moms.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yes, young moms, easy. So
young moms. So I'm talking like 14, 16 years.
16 gap.
Right. So that's not really, like I told you, like my ex-husband who's deceased now, but he was 16 years older than me. So I mean, that's not that bad. He's not. He in the normal world he wouldn't be my dad. Like,
but and since as we talk of a lot of celebrities do that now. They date these young little models who are 20s, 30s, and some of these celebrities are really our parents' age. 70 something, 60 something. Yeah. And I guess in my instant, right now I cannot date no one older than my mother unless she's like an Angela Bassett, because sexy for one thing.
Yeah, I can do that. My parents are in their 70s. So
and the reason why is because if I look at Angela Bassett, she's sexy. So one thing I'm looking for her is sexiness. But if not, then I'm just going to probably be dating you for pensions and I'm saying your 401k.
Your sugar mama.
Sugar mama, because when when I see older folks, I say ma'am and all that stuff like that. But
Right.
I'm gonna be calling her ma'am. And me dating somebody younger, I dated someone younger than my child, and it was kind of funny. But
You did?
yeah.
How old?
She.
I mean, not how old, but what was the year gap?
They were like a year. There was almost like a year apart. So like, she was 20. This is like a couple years ago. She was 24, 23, 24.
Wow.
So that was
What was that like?
For one, it was different because
It was different.
at first she didn't look her age.
Okay.
She definitely wasn't acting her age. She had a car, she had a job, she had a child, and she had her own crib. So I didn't think about the age until something was said or something was did, and it just, how old are you? Because that's something else would do. So it was like then she really told the age, and it was like, wow. So it's like I really like backed off with the title. It was more like we're friends and stuff like that. Because then my daughter ended up coming down and seeing her. So I was like, wow, this was strange, it was cool, but it ended up being cool. But to me, it was kind of awkward. It's like, yeah, my if this was my girlfriend or wife, you going out with my daughter. So you feel what I'm saying? So
how would that make you feel?
Yeah,
I guess you gotta think about that. Like, would I be okay? Like, I wouldn't be okay with my son dating with somebody my age. I am 21 years older than my son when I was 21. So I don't think so. I don't think I'd be like, you got you a 40-something-year-old? I mean, 30-something I can be okay with, but
yeah. So it was different, but then again, it's the maturity level.
Right.
She might be a 20-something who acts 30, and I could probably deal with that.
Right.
But it's more like training, because now a lot of things in life when you have conversation deals with experience. You have a not experience. If I'm having a gathering and we're talking amongst men and women, that's my age. What can you conversate in that conversation?
Right. What can you contribute?
What can you contribute that conversation? You feel what I'm saying? So it's just, I'm a person who likes to.
I'm going older next time. Yeah. I did younger for a few years, and I'm like, I'm over it.
Right now, I just go whatever God calls to give me. Because right now, I've been, like I said, I've been searching. It's just not been a good time for me. But it gives me time to see what I want.
But I'm not going that much older.
No, I'm not going that much older. I think the basic, I'll go older since.
Let me reel that in. I don't want grandpa in my inbox.
It's like down the street. You know what I'm saying? I can go older, but not my mom's age. So the question is, y'all just call it, well, just text it. Let me hear some of y'all responses on, can you date someone that's your child's age, or can you date someone older as your mother, or your father? There's some people out here who's dating young for experience, or we want to know, because it's different out there. We want to know. Back in the day, we called them perverts or we called them molesters, but it's not even that. Once you get old enough for a certain age, the game is free. That's how I see it. Is it a punchline or a line between dating someone certain age where they're like, if you're 25 years old and you dating a guy that's 70, your dad says, I'm gonna call the police for rape. How can you say that?
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Point. No, you can't. But I don't know. I think
it's a touch boost.
I think it's a good experience to deal with someone who is maybe about 10 years older than you. So
you think 10 is the limit?
Yeah.
10 should be
borderline?
About
10 to 15, I would say. Anything over that, I'm like, Because also, like I mentioned to you when we were gearing up for this, I've been approached by a lot of young guys. I mean, like 29, 27.
Got you.
And what can I offer you? Like, like at that, in my mind, this is just gonna be fun because you're still looking to have children and do a whole bunch of other things that I'm probably not,
All right.
I'm like, let's travel. I'm about business. Let's get me elected. Do
cool.
that.
Cool. So we definitely want to hear from some of our viewers out there, man. Like I said, can you date someone younger than your child, or can you date someone old enough as your parent? Come on, let me hear some. Let me hear some of y'all responses. Let me see what's going on out there. We're gonna come back with Dr. Cassandra Parks on the S.N.A.P Judgement Show. We love y'all, man. One love.
Daughter.
cow gonna take you away. Bubble baths of rose, Gucci open toes. Sunday nights we sit and watch Power in the roads. All of a sudden, our lines got crossed over nothing. A text and your attitude changed. Yo, you bugging. Hit me in the face with the pillow and threw something. I just got up and walked in the room. You still cussing. Know I love yous before we sleep. Good nights is out the window. It lasts for weeks. It's been a while since I gave you my street vows. Promise to love you and hit it 2 times a day. Never cheat now. Our chemistry is like a bowl of cherries, and I'm the chocolate. I smother you. Never to worry. I'ma share half of the blame for this problem that we going through. You know I'm a Taurus, the bull. You know I'm stubborn. So tell me, what's on your mind?
Sometimes I don't think we really say enough. Why is it so hard to keep in touch when we're laying right next to each other, baby? We shouldn't read in and think so much. Overthinking, understanding. Don't let her feel it. Change it up, I wanna spend my nights with you, my life with you. Oh, baby, babe. Please wait up for me till whenever I get home. I know that I'm all alone, thinking about what I'm gonna do. I hope that I see it through.
Look, I ain't got time for tricks, them bras ain't loyal. I get a Spanish chick, I make her arroz con pollo. Keep my woman fresh so she will never be spoiled. And she can be my queen, but we will never be royals. I don't give you cream on me, but I assure you I'm heavy with the D, I got nothing but love for you. Sex as a weapon, got nothing but slugs for you. Ain't no protection, I done shot up the club for you. Yeah, if I adore you, me more you. These dudes cannot afford you, let the guard couture you. Yeah, I like them loyal from the soil and rhetorical questions when we smash adorable. Who put the sex in sex appeal? Shorty got a receipt, but her ex gets the bill. Look, I'm too grown for Netflix and chill, but I G and post up like a Netflix for real. And you love me.
Chef, aka the wedding crasher, came through in the coloring color, skim milk, the wrap and some nuts in the corner with the paid face, black cards and Louis faces, African cousins with us, we niggas smoking blunts, wine that's Licata. I waited like 3 years now, we here getting licensed. I'm tired of the whole Jack and Jill shit, the real shit. Both of us comfortable now, so you don't ever gotta feel shit. Feed a nigga, laugh for hours, count my ones playing old school shit while we fuck in the shower. Now you know your God is top tier. Remember the message, love with capital letters until they dead us.
And you're gonna love me. You're gonna wanna hold me and squeeze me. And you're gonna love me. You're gonna wanna hold me and squeeze me.
What's up? This your girl Queen from the new show called Next Now Presents Next Up. We'll be bringing you segments like Questions from the 8 and Street Dreamer. Be sure to tune in Saturdays at 5 p.m. on Next 100 and Next 101, where we treat indies like majors. Powered by IBNX Radio Network.
Next 100.
Stand up, get it pop right now.
Atlanta's home for hip hop and R&B.
Number one station for hip hop and R&B.
You know what the deal is.
ATL's Next 100.
Yes, y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Jay Thurst of the S.N.A.P Judgement Show. Here with Miss Jenne Matillda. Yes. Have a special guest, since our topic today is, can you date someone younger than your child, or can you date someone older than your parent? So I got Miss the lovely Dr. Cassandra Parks, man. She's a specialist in love and relationships. Are you there, baby? Miss Parks? Can you hear me, Miss Parks?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, how are you?
I am great. How you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for, coming back on the show. I think the last time we talked was almost a year ago, so it's been growth since then.
No problem.
How's everything been going on? I know the last time we talked, you was in a project. And
Yes.
how's it going?
Yes, everything is going good. I did start my services from Left for Love. We have expanded. Now we have a more noir matchmaking services, which is something that is very needed, especially now in the COVID pandemic. And what we do is we match people up. It's been hard for some people to find people dating apps and things like that. So we have been basically just putting people together. So that has been one of my new projects. Another one of my projects I have Conversations and Cocktails with the Coach, which is every last Saturday of the month. So if you're interested in that, feel free to look us up. The last one we had sold out, and we talked about different subjects. Last month that we talked about was is Walk Free. And if you don't know what that is, that's based off the Megan Thee Stallion song. And this time we're talking about oral justice. So to find out what that is, go look it up. And if you're interested, go on to buy a ticket.
Thank you. So may I just ask, how did you end up going into this field that you're in?
I'm sorry?
How did you end up going into the field of that you're in?
Oh, how did I end up doing this?
Right.
Well, basically just a need for good relationships, especially in our community. We have a lot of issues in our relationships as far as trust and building love and intimacy. So it's really, really hard for our community. So getting together and trying to help people learn love was very important to me.
So where do you think it start from? In our past, we used to seeing parents stay together for a long period of time, and now we don't really see that. We see a lot of 6 months to a year relationships, and they're not putting that love into it, and what we're used to.
Right. What I think it is that we don't build our boundaries at the beginning. We do a lot of facade because we're trying to quote unquote hook a person, but little do people know that is not going to keep a person.
Correct.
Just because you may have them on the hook for something that they potentially thought that you were is all well and good, but that's not going to sustain it because it's not built on truth.
Correct.
So what I would say is whatever your boundaries are, put that out at first.
Right.
So people know what they're dealing with. Nobody wants to go into a situation thinking they're dealing with one thing and then they turn around and have to deal with something else.
Correct.
So the first and foremost thing is just be yourself in a relationship. Make sure that you're representing your true self. And if they don't like it, that's on them, But make sure that you're always representing you.
That's correct.
Do you think that there should be age boundaries in relationships?
Oh, yes, most definitely. Everybody's boundaries are different in their personal lives to them. But whatever your boundaries are, that's your boundaries. And nobody has the right to break your boundaries, overstep your boundaries, or do anything that is really progressive towards you or your feelings or what you want in the relationship. And I wouldn't allow anyone to break those boundaries because that is important to you and that is what is necessary.
That's true. So what do you think is should be a success in a relationship?
That's a good question.
Because some of us lose vow. I think some of us now we go into our dating with the looks, the expectation of looks, but not really knowing each other. I don't think they know what success in a relationship is. To me, it's more of some looking at as he got money, she got money, they got situation. But what is success in a relationship?
Yeah, it's difficult because, well, I'll just say that it all goes back to trust and boundaries. It's just making sure that you see people for who they are and what is represented.
Right.
Correct.
That's like the best way that I can describe that one. You know, it can be difficult, and you know, trying to find people that vibe with you and everything is difficult. So just be yourself.
You mentioned, you know, being able to set boundaries. So what would you say would be the, as well as boundaries, that is, what would be the top 3 things that people should be looking out for as far as dating is concerned?
Okay. Well, the number one thing that I recommend people to look for is see how their character is. You know, how do they speak to people? Are they disrespectful? Because that gives you a little inkling on how they're going to be towards you. Sometimes, unfortunately, that is a facade, and a lot of people have to sort through that and deal with that. But, you know, try to check out how somebody is treating other people. Something else I would say is just see how they carry themselves in general. You know, do they seem like they are about business? Do they, you know, speak of something that they look forward to? You know, do they have any goals, dreams, or aspirations? Because that lets you know what kind of mindset they're in.
Right.
Are they a go-getter, which is something that's attractive to you? Or are they, you know, quote-unquote, laid back? So does that mean that they're chilling through life? You know, if that's something that you're looking for. So that is something else I would look for. And then the third thing that I would look for is somebody who understands the meaning of family. And the reason why I say that is because say you do get into a relationship with this person and you become a unit, then, you know, how do they feel about family? Are they, you know, going to embrace this? Are they more the type that seems like they're more individual? See if that is compatible with you as well.
Yeah. So why do you think is dating so hard now than it was back in the past? Because dating to me is it's like a game show now.
It's Jeopardy.
It's a game.
Yes.
So there's dealing with that. Is what are the biggest issues in relationships that you think today?
Just people being truthful, you know.
Right.
Everybody. Now, I will say this: everybody deserves a fresh start in a relationship.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure that you're representing you in the way that you want to be represented.
Correct.
Is it something that is truthfully you? You know, that facade that we try just to, again, you know, hook somebody just because we want to be with somebody, but we're not compatible with them because we try to change ourselves to appease somebody else.
Correct.
You'll find somebody that is liking you. If you're the biggest Star Wars person, then just be the biggest Star Wars person. But, I mean, it's okay. Just be who you are so you can have a chance of finding somebody that matches your lifestyle.
That's true. I mean, trust me, I'm listening to this, writing this down because, man, I need all this. I need all this in my life.
So, what would you say is the most successful places to find a potential match?
Oh yes, I need this question. Answer quick.
Well, first place would be me at Let's Learn Love in the
That's right.
in the wash services. But no, I would say that a good place to start is basically, okay, during COVID, I would say, you know, go out somewhere and I would specify it according to your lifestyle. But since we're pretty much in, there's weird things like chat groups that are in Facebook that are based on a certain type of thing. Like if you're a football player, if you like football, I should say, then go to one of the group sites that is on Facebook. A lot of people do not realize that most of the 2020 relationships that were started, of course, were online.
Right.
So Start with somewhere that is similar or something that is interesting to you. Maybe somebody has that similar interest. There's a lot of things that are online too that are interesting, like single cooking classes. You know, there's a lot of people that don't know how to cook that had to learn during, you know, the pandemic. There's specialty places that have singles that meet up to learn cooking. You know, you have to find creative ways to try to find someone. And, you know, yes, this is a different era, but also keep in mind, too, you know, there's distance. Try to find somebody that is maybe in your area and you can do safe social distance dating. You know, just go about it. And there is still the traditional dating websites that are in your area as well.
And how long have you been in business? Let everybody know that. How long have you been in business?
Well, I started Let's Learn Love back in October of 2016, but I have been a certified life coach since 2007.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your success rate?
My success rate is 96.3. That was as of December of last year.
Nice.
Yes, I do have people calculate that. And no, it's not 100% because truthfully, there's some people that do not want to do the work.
Right.
Correct.
You know, they want me to do all the work for them. And me doing the work for them is not going to help their life.
Right.
And if I find, you know, that we're not compatible in that way, then I'll simply just end the relationship that we have. Because, you know, at the end of the day, my thing is I want to help people. I want to help people in all aspects of love. If that's loving themselves enough to change something that they want to change, loving themselves with a significant other, or a family member, or even in a workplace, because I do work with people with workplace relationships and how to relate and how to get along and how to work proficiently together. So any type of relationship I can deal with, but, you know, just make sure that it's, you know, across the board.
So what would you say to somebody who's in a relationship, they just started, and they probably going through their little difficult times right now? What steps would you think they should take, you know, to significantly improve their situation instead of just, you know, bickering and hollering at each other? What do you think? What should they do to improve their relationship, improve their situation?
Well, you know, the first thing I always say is listen to the person. And a lot of times we have conversations to be heard instead of to listen to someone else. So actually take a moment and listen to what the person is saying. We're not all perfect. Nobody is perfect.
Right.
So there's always things that can be improved upon. And for you as a person to listen to someone's discrepancies is one of the biggest things that you can do, because that shows that you care enough to hear them out. So I would say listen to the other person's side of the story with intent to change. That's the next part to it. You know, we can hear what someone's saying, but, you know, we really don't want to hurt people that we're familiar with or we have a relationship with. So listen to what they're saying and try to change what they're saying if it's in reason. You know, there's times where we're doing stuff that we are not even realizing that may affect someone else. So, you know, try to be open-minded and enough that you're interested in changing for the other person.
Right.
Something else that I can say is before you go to speak to the person about an issue that you have, jot down some notes so that you'll stay on topic. We have to learn how to fight fair, and that's one of the biggest things that we don't do. You can't bring something up that is off the subject because that just causes all-out chaos. If there's a specific problem, then that's the specific problem that you need to address. And not only should you bring the problem to that person, but also bring a solution. You know, don't be so attacking without thinking it through and saying, okay, well, maybe we can do this to solve the problem.
I got you.
Do you believe in therapy for couples?
Oh, yes, very much so. I that I believe in any kind of therapy. You know, I'm personally a coach, but, you know, coaching is not for everyone. You know, the way that I coach especially, I feel like I am like a professional sports coach manager. You know, I'm there in the trenches with you every day. I'm making sure that you do the things that you're supposed to do. I'm checking on you, you know, what's your mental state like. And, you know, some people need that crutch to help them through to their goal.
Right.
On the flip side, there's people that are more hands off that are like, okay, I just need to get this out, see if I can get a direction and move on with my life. Those people are good for counseling and therapy, you know. They just need a little bit of guidance. They need some sound decisions, sound judgment. So they get that and then they move on. So it just depends on which kind of way that you want to go. But I always encourage somebody to talk to a third party that is, you know, neutral and that can give you facts about the situation.
Right.
I like that. Have you ever been faced with, you know, obstacles in your past that you seen go through?
Yes.
Like, oh man, and did it? Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
You, like you say, have you ever been faced with obstacles in the past? And what did you learn from them?
Yes, I did. I tell everybody I did coaching and I did counseling. When I got a divorce, I was lost. I was bitter. I was all of that, and I had to get those emotions out. And not only that, it scarred my son as well. So he went to therapy. I went to therapy. We both got better. But I also went to a coach. Yes, even though I was a coach at the time, I went to a coach because even the coach needs a coach sometimes.
Yeah. Right.
And I had to get my life plan back together, and I had to figure out what my next steps were. And sometimes, you know, just because, again, I was a coach, I couldn't see the forest for the trees either because it was my personal situation. So I did go and get a coach as well. So I have done both, and they made me the woman that I am today.
Got you. That's what's up. I mean, I always say therapies need therapists. You know, everybody needs that.
Yeah.
You know, we got to help each other. You know, everybody think bosses don't need somebody else to come talk to them, but sometimes they do, because sometimes we can get off track and go somewhere else.
Yes. And, you know, a person that is a therapist or is a coach that has not been to either one, to me, cannot be effective because you have to know both sides of the story in order to be empathetic enough to help your clients. So I always recommend, you know, if you're going to see a therapist or if you're going to see a coach, you know, ask them, you know, have you had therapy? Have you been through this particular type of therapy? And that is a legitimate question. Yes, it is a little on the personal side, but again, you want to know that somebody is empathetic to your situation and they're able to give you the best information possible.
There you go. That's from Miss Parks. We'll be back for this commercial break. Jay Thurst, S.N.A.P Judgement Show, next 100.
You're listening to IBNX, IBNXradio.com.
by in the store window. But soon as I got home, I wish I bought you instead. I got it bad. I'll take the black, take the navy and red. No other man has ever had quite this effect. I sleep alone 'cause there's no room in my bed for any other lover. When no gun to my head, your kisses hold me hostage, and I don't wanna stop it. 'Cause I only wanna give it to you, and I want you more than a new pair of shoes. I only wanna give it to you, and I sure do hope that you feel like I do. Coming home late, it seems you barely beat the sun. Tapping my shoulder, thinking you gon' get you some. Smelling like some fragrance that I don't even wear. So if you want some loving, I suggest you go back there where you came from. Day to day, with you it's always something else. Working my nerve, God knows that I don't deserve what you put me through. 'Cause I've been so true to you. For you to come at me with another lame excuse. See, I heard it all before. All of your lies, all of your sweet talk. Baby this, baby that. But your lies ain't working now. Now, look who's hurting now. Who's hurting? I had to shut you down. I had to shut you down. Play the fool for. I was your fool. I believed in you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But your lies ain't working. Lies ain't working now. Who's hurting now? Who's hurting now? I had to shut you down. I had to shut you down. What were you thinking? Bringing her into our home. In our bed, you must have fell and bumped your head. Messing up my shit and violating me. I'm about to call my peace and take it to the streets. Nothing you can do, and there's nothing you can say that could persuade me to stay with you another day. You have crossed the line to the point of no return. What you do from here on out, I am no longer concerned. See, I heard it all before. Let me explain, baby, it's not what you think. That's what you said to me. Your lies ain't working now.
Judgement Show, next 100. Here with Jenne Matillda. Yes, here with our special guest host. Before we go on back to our guest, I want to say name this tune. If you name this tune, I will go ahead and cash app you $25 at $8.50. If you can name this tune, show me your cash app, and I'm going to send you $25. $24 more than you have right now. So we're going to go on to this and say, name this tune right now. Listen. All right.
I remember that song.
I know you remember that song.
Yeah.
When we get that cash up, give me $25, man, and I'll definitely play that tune once you name it. Miss Parks. Are you there? Yes. So, I know before you was in a relationship last time, and I think now that you're in a happy relationship now, how's that? How's the new relationship been going?
It's going fantastic.
Congrats.
Actually, we are getting married.
Congrats.
Oh,
See,
congratulations.
That's what I'm talking about.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yes, May 15th is the big day. So
Oh.
it's right around the corner.
That's what's up.
You shouldn't
Who
be talking
snagged
to
who?
us. You should be playing that wedding.
Who snagged who? Exactly. Who snagged who?
His name is Alaric Evans, and he is, I want to think, one of the luckiest guys in America.
I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure he is lucky.
I know he is. I saw when I saw your picture, I was like, she is gorgeous.
Yes.
And she got brains to match the gorgeousness is always nice.
It's hard keeping these old bones together. Trust me.
Oh, we need a little bit of baby oil. That's all we need. We can take it back to the old school. So how in relationships now, when somebody's going through situations, what you think should be the best option if they want to break it off? What do you suggest? Because everybody's not good with breakups.
Basically, just be honest. Just be honest to the person, but don't be mean.
Yeah.
That can be a fine line. But if it's not working for you, you shouldn't have to deal with a relationship that is not working for you. But just try to be as amicable as you can with the whole situation.
Yes.
But let them know this isn't working out for you. Don't even make the promise of being friends. If you are friends afterwards, just let it happen naturally.
Right.
But even saying that sometimes can lead to false hope. So, just let the person know, I'm sorry, this isn't working out. I want to respect you and your time and let you know that. And then, just go on about your business. But don't ghost them. Don't be mean about it. Just let them know that it's not working out for you. And you don't necessarily have to say why it's not working out for you. They may ask, but again, if they do ask, think about what you're going to say and be tactful about it.
I respect that.
So how would you? What's the best advice for someone who is moving on from a relationship? Like how do you get over the hurt of that? What's the best way to move through it?
Yeah, that's always a difficult one. I'll tell you my personal story because that's a lot what I do. I fixed myself during the whole situation. I didn't. I tried to get myself together, myself in order. I tried to become the best person that I could possibly be because that's what helped me get through it, because I learned that I lost myself along the way.
Right.
And there was some things that I had to do in the healing process in order to become whole again, so to say. And, I just studied my likes and my dislikes. I exercised what I did like, meaning, the things that I felt were beneficial to me and something that was good for me. My L in self was that I let a lot of stuff go, because a lot of times we hold on to things. We harvest all those bad feelings all the time, and we keep repetitively doing it.
Right.
But we have to learn that we have to let go of those things. And the F in self that I had to do for me was I forgave myself, because I felt like I stayed in the relationship too long. Why did I allow this to happen? Why did I allow that to happen? But that's not good for anything. And that's kind of like the old adage of, carrying all those bags to different relationships. So you have to go through this cleansing process on your own in order to become better for your next relationship.
I like that. Well, since you dealt with, the divorce, and now you're going back, you might walk across the stage again, how does a person go back and start dating again? Because it seems like dating is, how do you date again? After a long period in a relationship.
Right.
And some people don't know how to date. What suggestions should you give them on how to date, where to go, what to do?
Well, start slow. Don't necessarily agree to go to a date. Just get out there. During the process when you are learning to heal yourself after a breakup, one of those things should be to learn how to date yourself. So on this process, you should know the type of areas of, maybe town you like going in, different types of foods you may want to try, different experiences. That way, when you go out and start to date, maybe you can go to that area and maybe get a drink.
Right.
Or just go out there by yourself and maybe have conversation with someone else. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a full-fledged date, but just go out and be around other people. Then, you may see or talk to someone that may spark your interest and you want to talk to them further. That's fine. Then you can agree to meet up again. But don't pressure yourself into dating. But I would say, learn to go out and date yourself first so that you would know what you want to do when you start dating other people.
I like that because a lot of people do go out once they break up and go right back out there and try to get the next to replace the ex, as they say. I like that.
So what is your I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just going to say it's very important to try to cleanse yourself and get a clean slate.
Right. So what is your percentage of men versus women that you coach? Do you even have an influx of men rather? Because I'm sure you have quite a few women, but
yes, I do have a lot of women, but on the contrary, there's like 25% of my practice which is males now, and it's refreshing to hear because one, that shows that males are okay. I need to talk to somebody to get some understanding on different things. Two, I love it because it shows that men really are taking the initiative to fix themselves.
Right.
You know. Three, I love it because they know that I have the inside scoop for women, so they're trying to get this to look like they're extra great. And I love that they're getting that edge. Right. You know, they're seeing it from the other side of the coin.
I like that. That's good. Well, you already know, man. It's to me, it's dating season because we're going through so much with pandemics and people are losing each other. I think we have to get back and find love, not just like you said within ourselves, but then also share it with other people and grow. I think we're lacking that in our community nowadays. Can you hear me? So
okay, now I can. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Now dealing with the difference between love and lust, because people like understanding the difference between love and lust. Some people are love. Explain that one.
The difference between love and lust is very easy, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. Lust is something that you see, but love is something that you feel. And people don't understand. They think that they feel lust, but they really don't. What they lust is what they see with the physical part of it. But love is the actual attachment. The actual attachment is the intimacy of a relationship or being with somebody else.
So when should the two know that I just say I love somebody, but she don't love me the way I do, or vice versa? She might love him, and vice versa. When do you call it the time to be like, you know what, this is not working? I always say 90 days. You should know within 90 days, or at least 6 months, before you even waste years and time in a relationship. Right. Because you don't want to waste too much. You be like, man, I wasted this. When you think it's a good time to be like, you know what, we should cut this off. When you should know that we should take it to the next step.
Or this isn't working.
This isn't working.
Yeah.
What's the typical timeline?
Yeah, well, truthfully, somebody should know that almost immediately. You know, they should know that almost immediately, because what happens is, well, I won't say immediately. I would say maybe a good 10 days within a conversation with somebody. Because this is what happens. You get to learn about a person. Usually when somebody first is trying to date someone or get to know them or know anything about them, you ask 1,000,001 questions.
Correct.
So sometimes during that questioning, you start finding out different things, whether it's going to be good for you or bad for you. It's going to be something that is like, you just get it. You just start to know. You know, you start hearing key words. You start understanding situations that go on with that person. You start understanding their mentality on certain things. Right. And you want to know, okay, is this something that I'm going to deal with for the rest of my life? Yeah. Or is this something that I cannot deal with? So usually within the last, I say about a good 10 days, you know from conversations what's going to lead to you with that person.
So with that being said, do you believe that men, they know? Like,
men know.
I believe that men know when they have the one, or they have something special with somebody. They don't. I I cringe at how some women stay in relationships for years and years and years with hopes of, you know, the whole marriage thing, and it never happens, and then that man comes right out of that relationship and marries someone else within a year. You know? So do you believe that men know, right?
Men know. We know.
Yes. And everybody knows, you know, that connection, that feeling. Especially if it's somebody that it should be effortless, you know? It should be free-flowing. It should be something that is very easy for you to do.
Natural.
So if it starts off like that, more than likely it'll continue like that if everybody, you know, is true to themselves and respecting boundaries and, you know, just basically making sure that you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. You know, a lot of people go out and date and say, well, you know, they went out with somebody else and, you know, they told me. And I was like, well, first of all, you should look at it as a good thing because they respected you enough to tell you.
Right.
Correct.
Second of all, you know, that's fine. You're dating. You're allowed to date other people unless you have the exclusivity talk. And then when that happens, then there's things that need to change and be talked about. But that if I don't get over any thought or idea to your audience tonight, and please let that be that you are dating multiple people until you have an exclusivity talk.
Say that.
And that goes for women, men.
Yes, say that.
That's my number one issue with my practice is people don't understand that. Well, you know, I found out he was dating other girls. If you have a talk that said that you're just dating exclusively just you and him, well,
exactly.
Well, then he can date other people.
Exactly.
You know, or vice versa. You know, a lot of guys get upset. Well, you know, I gave her money for nails and hair and this, that.
That's not dating.
You have the exclusivity talk. No, then she's not your girlfriend.
Correct.
Right.
You know, so that's the number one thing that I would love to express to the audience.
Well, I want to say from a male's point of view, and I want to hear this from a woman. Now, we said earlier, like, basically when you're first dating, you know, conversations come and questions asked. What 3 questions should a man ask and what 3 questions he shouldn't ask on the first so-called date? Because sometimes them questions can mess up a relationship.
Okay.
So what 3 questions you think we should ask and what 3 questions we shouldn't ask?
Yes. One of the things that you should ask is basically, you know, what are you looking for? That should be one of the first questions that you ask when you're trying to get to know someone. Maybe you're looking to date and that person is looking for a long-term relationship. Now, if there's a part of you that is like, I'm dating until I find someone for a long-term relationship, that should be expressed too, because that's a different thing than just dating.
Correct.
Dating means, okay, I'm just dating all the people that I can possibly date. I am not looking for a relationship no time soon.
Gotcha.
You know, dating to possibly be in a long-term relationship means, okay, I'm dating and I could be dating multiple people, but hopefully one of these will turn out to be a long-term relationship. Or, you know, there's the people who's like, look, I want a long-term relationship. I'm not doing a whole lot of dates. Are you interested in no? So, you know, there's different variances of that, but make sure that you express that early in the game. And I mean, like, one of the first or second conversations that you have, that is what your intent is for a relationship. Another question that I always ask, and I suggest everybody ask, is, you know, what's your family like? You know, you can find out a lot about that. Are they family oriented? Do they not deal with their family? If somebody's not dealing with their family, that can mean emotional issues down the line. That can mean that they don't cherish family, which means that they may not be looking for a relationship. There's a lot of things that go into that as well. Something else I would ask is, what is your goals? I know it sounds cheesy, but you know, you got any long-term, short-term goals? That way you'll see where their mind is at. You know, they may say, well, I'm looking to open a new business. And, you know, they're an entrepreneurial type of person, you know, that they're business-minded, that, you know, that may be a thing. Or, you know, they may say something like, I want to take a trip around the world, and, you know, that shows you that they like to travel. So you can get a lot from those type of clues as well, too.
I just want to thank you, because I was just, you know, just shouting up my hands for a victory celebration, because one of the questions I always ask somebody if I'm dating them and I'm feeling them is your parents together? Is your grandparents together? And to me that shows me that you're family oriented without even, you know, just asking that. See, if you're close to your parents or close to your grandparents. So I just had to shout because it was just like, yeah. So I do be asking the right questions when it comes to that. So I really appreciate you, Miss Parks, on that.
What do you tell?
You're welcome.
What do you tell your clients are 3 red flags on a first date?
Ooh, that's a good one. I need to know that.
Number one, I'm sorry, because I love telling this one. The number one thing that I always say is a red flag is how they speak to, like, especially if you go out to eat or, you know, meet somebody out in public, how they treat the server. That is a number one clue on their mindset and their tempo. If they teach you, you know, something like like if you go to a foreign restaurant and they may teach you a word to say in that language, then that shows, you know, they're interested in that culture. They're interested in, you know, whatever you're eating. But at the same time, if the waiter comes there and the waiter is, you know, being disrespected, they're talking to them rude, or they act like, quote unquote, as our grandmamas would say, they don't have any table manners or no home training, then that is a big red flag, because that is a character issue. Something else I would say is, you know, just how they take pride in their appearance with you, because even though it's not, you know, something that you are trying to impress somebody, but you also should be yourself. But you want to make an effort towards your appearance when you're meeting or going out with somebody for the first time. So if they're making an effort to look nice, to dress well, or even if it's just jeans or t-shirt, you know, even if they're just put together, but not necessarily, you know, fashion or glamour, that shows that they have an interest in, you know, being presentable towards you. So that means they're taking you into a thought in their mind. Something else is basically if they're respectful of your time. If, you know, you have a date and you say a specific time, make sure that that person either calls you or contacts you and is there. You know, if you have a prior engagement, you know, you're going to meet somewhere on that time. If they're going to be late, they shouldn't be late, but, you know, this is Atlanta traffic, 285 can shut down. You know how it is.
City shut down.
Make sure that they are respectable person will call you and let you know, hey, you know, I'm stuck on 285. I'm like 15 minutes away. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. You know, make sure that they're respectful of your time.
I like those red flags. I'm glad I'm glad I don't carry those flags with me, but I like that. I like that. And that goes for the women too. So, you know, men, you hear that? It goes for that, because y'all late sometimes too.
We're late a lot.
So what projects did you have going on before we go on, so people can contact you and, you know, keep faith in you?
Yes. Again, this actually next Saturday, feel free to get your tickets online. For Let's Learn Love, I'm doing this is really for the women. It's called Cocktails and Conversation with the Coach, and we are talking about oral. I'll just leave it at that. And it's called An Oral Justice for All. We're just having a grown woman discussion. We're giving tips, comments. It's a safe, free zone. Last time, like I said, it sold out. I had girlfriends bringing their cousins, and you know, I had 2 already bought the tickets that were on sale that Monday, you know. So it's just a fun time. You get to learn how to make a drink, your signature shot of love. So it's also a mixology class. I forgot to tell you all that the first time. So it's just fun, just something to do. It's only an hour, so you know it's not going to take up your whole time for the week, for the weekend or the evening. But it's just good conversation. So that I have a couple of other classes, premarital classes. I have all kinds of classes coming up. So just follow me on that. You can also follow me on social media, anything Let's Learn Love. And if you're crazy enough to follow me, Cassandra M. Parks on everything as well.
I got you. Now, you said this event is this Saturday, and where's it located? Ms. Parks, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You said your event is this Saturday. What time and place? Or where can they purchase tickets?
Yes, it's online. It's virtual. So
Okay.
it's from the comfort of your own home, and it's at 7 o'clock, and it's Saturday.
Okay. You heard it first, man. Miss Cassandra Parks, thank you for the tips, because I learned something today. I've learned something to add to my arsenal, and I appreciate you.
Well, good. And next time, I promise I'll be able to come to the studio.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, you know, we're in the world of this pandemic, so we got to make sure everything works. So we're doing the best thing we can to get these words out and get the information out.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Amen.
Just giving us the time was a pleasure of me. So I'm happy that you called in. Thank you. Well, it's good to see you. All right. So thank you, Miss Parks. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
No, it is next 100. Snap Judgment.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
ATL's next 100.
Number one station
For hip hop and R&B.
It's all because of you. I'm never sad and blue. You brighten up my day in your own special way. Whenever you're around, I'm never feeling down. You are my trusted friend. On you I can depend. Take me. You take me away and you bring me paradise. Bring me paradise. You bring some sunshine in my life. You brought sunshine in my life. Everything, anticipation of what's to come. I'm so happy that I'm the lucky one. So long I waited, but it's never too late for love. If it's right, say that it can be wrong. When I am weak, baby, you make me strong. I'm down for you and whatever you want to do. It's all up to you because anything gonna try you. It's alright. I'm gonna try. You can ride if you choose to.
Dirty, bad, sound cuts like glass. Gotta keep it high, power to the man. Yo, Taj, another life platinum hit. For the people all around me saying, kaboom!
Guess who stepped in the room? The cow, hailing from the Shaolin out. It be me, the killer me, on the MIC with the SS double to the BD. Going downtown, let me see if we all in together now. Make it move better now. Listen, I ain't sweating no competition. Low, going mad low like I'm fishing.
Another chapter from the Wu-Tang book. Take a look and repeat. Killer bees never sleep. Non-stop. Put you on the chopping block. Unorthodox. Attitude to melt the pot.
I'll do anything, I'm so into you. Right here, I'm way downtown with the weird. Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? The SS double to the BD.
You're now rocking with DJ Kurt Crazy.
Now that love's taking over, you ready to be happy, babe? For the rest of your life. 'Cause I wanna be a future. And let's start a family. 'Cause I ain't going nowhere. And you ain't going nowhere. So let's make it official. We ain't getting no younger, baby. I'm ready to be ready to be with you. Together for always. You have it to go through sickness and every little thing I do, you're on my mind. It's driving me crazy. Every little thing I do, you're on my mind. Yeah, well, about you all the time. Can't you see what you do to me? I think about you all the time. My mind is hazy and I'm mixed up, feeling crazy over you. Let's not waste any time. Every little thing I do, every little thing I do. It's driving me crazy. Every little thing I do. Oh yeah. Round and round I go, where all stuff only you know. I guess it's all in my mind. Take your time, think it over, let me know what you wanna do. Baby, it's all good. Every little thing I do, you're on my mind. Oh, when I feel it. Every little thing I do, you're on my mind. Oh, yeah.
You're now rocking with DJ Kurt Crazy.
She's playing hard to get. She's playing. Does she like me? She likes me. I can tell by the look in her eyes that she's into me. 'Cause when she passes by and say hi, I can tell by her smile that she's shy as can be. She's playing. I don't think she can see my crush on her, but I can feel the crush on me. She's playing hard to get. She just won't admit that she likes me. She likes me. She's playing hard to get. She just won't admit. Oh yeah, she likes me. She likes me. I can feel her vibe for me, even though she hasn't said a word. I bet she's glad I'm reading her mind. 'Cause there's so much she wants to say, but she doesn't have the nerve in all that she doesn't say. I'm sure I see it in her eyes. She's playing hard to get. She just won't admit that she likes me. Oh, she's playing hard to get. She just won't admit that she likes me. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it around my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go. It won't take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing loud and strong, grooving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll. I'll be hot stepping, y'all, letting the joy unfold. I'm
wanna tell y'all about my old lady. Sometimes I think she's really crazy. She blacks out at the drop of a dime, but she's still my baby. She likes to get into confrontation with me, testing the patience to see how far she can go before I lose my head. Sometimes I love her, sometimes I love her not. I ain't letting her go, 'cause she's all I got. Although she nags me and complains a lot, I ain't letting her go. No, no, no. The next minute she can be sweet as ever, grinning from ear to ear. That's why we're together. What could make a change so fast? It's very confusing. Many times I felt like I've been leaving, oh girl, but I'm way too deep in love with her. As crazy as she is, I want her to have my kids. Sometimes I love her, sometimes I love her not. I ain't letting her go, 'cause she's all I got. Although she nags me and complains a lot, I ain't letting her go. No, no.
Smart about it. Celebrations with the guys I sacrificed, 'cause I knew you could not sleep without it. Meanwhile I loved you. You were my girl. You see I thought the world of you, but you're so steady leaving me.
Tonight is the night that you so very long. Oh, yeah, I put you off with my silly hang-ups. And we're both old enough to know right from wrong. Tonight is the night that you make me your woman. You said you'll be gentle with me, and I hope you will. I'm nervous and trembling, waiting for you to walk in. Trying hard to relax, but I just can't keep still. Hey, beautiful lady, I need you tonight. Lovely, lovely lady, I wanna make you feel alright, yeah. I can't deny, baby, I wanna love you down. You are so fine, baby. All I wanna do is gonna love down. I wanna sex you up all night. I want you up tonight. I wanna sex you up.
You know what it is, man. It's your boy Jay Thurst of the Snap Judgement Show. My girl Jenne Matillda.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you, DJ Kurt Crazy. You had us
Oh
going, man.
you
Listen,
did it today.
Yo,
You did it, bro. I mean, you hit it.
You hit it so much, man. We
Yes.
just let it play. Listen, if you want to submit your music, submit your content to the Snap Judgement Show, make sure you set an MP3, DJ. Even if you're an artist, we definitely would get you played on the show, give you some exposure to www.snapjudgement.com. And I will play it next week. This is what we do. Kurt Crazy, man. You for the last 3 weeks, you've been doing your thing. Appreciate you. Hooked us up. You had me in the juke joint. You had me in the club. You had me back at home. You had me in so many different places, man. Keep doing
You
your
had
thing.
me back in the 90s.
You know what I mean? New York
in
finest.
high school.
New York finest.
Yes.
Man, I definitely want to thank, DJ. DJ. You got me just in the club. Dr. Cassandra
Stuck.
Parks for definitely stepping through, man, giving us some tips on relationships and dating.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely have learned some things. You never can stop learning and grasping new things when you try to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned about some red flags that I know that I would not produce out there.
Well, you know what, though? That red flag, the first one that she said about how they treat other people, like servers and stuff, I had a whole situation when I went on a date, and a guy was really rude to the server, and I was like, yeah, this is the last. In my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, this is the last date, bro.
I'm leaving.
Because
I'm leaving. Like
Yeah,
from the
that's-
get go. If
that's
I'm
not
at a
cool.
restaurant and she's acting be honest. I did have a date like that one time. She just rude, and now that she brought it up, I left. I think I paid the tip. It's like I couldn't do this, and because her
Right.
attitude was just nasty. And it's like you're loud, and other people look at me, so I know people looking like, why are you doing with that? And I don't want to be judged like that.
Right.
Especially on no date.
Guilty by association.
Yeah, like, oh, he wanted, nah. I feel you on that, though.
Yeah, the guy was just so. I mean, I don't think there was nothing that had actually happened for him to be rude to the server. Like it was just.
And I think some of the tips that she said, basically, we know, but we try to brush them off to the side.
Yeah.
Trying to change that person, think it's going to be better on the next relationship. If it's going to happen on the first time and the first day, trust me, it's going to continue happening.
Right.
And if you're not going to say nothing or she's not going to say nothing,
they're going to be a repeat offender.
Yes.
They're going to be a repeat offender.
And
Don't
you know what you
do
do when you're a habitual felon. You go to jail. Bye. So, hey.
You got to go.
You got to
You can't stay here.
You got to read the signs and read the facts when it comes to dating nowadays.
And I think women are good for that. Like, women are good for overlooking the signs and just like,
you think so?
What? Heck yeah.
See, I'm
because
asking
there's this pressure. There's pressure on women. There's pressure on women to get the man, to get the marriage, to get the house, to get the 2.5 kids, to get like to do that whole to get that whole thing, to bring grandchildren forth. Like, there's pressure, you know. And I literally just said to someone last week when I was in my PT, my physical therapist was talking about, oh, I should have kids by now. Not kids, grandkids by now. And I said to her, because of my own personal situation that I had with my last child, with my daughter almost dying, I said to her, give your children some grace. Yeah. Because you never, ever know what could happen.
True.
You know, either it could be a situation. I mean, I had 3 miscarriages leading up to my daughter. You know, so it's like, you never know if there's a problem where they can't have children. And you put so much pressure on them, the guilt is like,
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's a lot of pressure for women to get the whole package, more so than it is for men, you know, in my opinion, you know. And that's saying that you guys don't have your own pressures as well, you know, because I'm sure that at some point, even your moms are like, you're going to give me grandchildren, you know, you're going to get married, you're going to die alone, like, you know, they put all this stuff out there. And so, but your pressure, I think, comes later on in life. Our pressure starts at 18. You know, it's like our pressure starts early.
I can see that. Well, you know, we have pressure because we definitely want to make our mothers happy.
Right.
You know, we want to. I'm pretty sure she want a sister, a daughter-in-law, which, you know, somebody she can talk to and somebody to grow with.
Yeah.
And you know, the more pressure is on us, I think more of our pressure come from after the ex. Then can I get somebody else different or somebody better than what I had before? So this, you know, we have pressure, but I think, like you said, our pressure is a little bit more different. So I think some of the things that we see red flags, we tend to ignore, or we tend to think that it's going to get better. And then when it don't, we're quick to date or just bank off of, you know, women's emotions. They don't. That's just my opinion. So I think that's why some, you know, some come that way. That's why, you know, she made an interesting point when she said, no, now that I date, well, when somebody asks me, like, there's certain questions to me that I don't like on the first date.
What's your don't like questions?
My question, don't like, what do you do? You feel what I'm saying? You know, understanding your work. To me, you're at that first point judging on my financial at the first start. Might got to look. To me, that should come on. All right. You feel what I'm saying? That question, number one, what you do, or are you dating or entertaining anyone else the first time? Like, well, I'm entertaining you right now. You know, like if I'm.
So then, what is the icebreaker question for you that you're comfortable with?
I mean, any question is good when it's contained, when you could turn into learn me, not what I do, what I've been through, but learning me first.
So I guess a question like, what do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
What makes you happy, Jermaine, or, you know, actually. Like I like to ask about my parents. Actually, you know, just get to know me as a person and not judge me on the things that my past experience or what am I doing now.
Right.
Because no matter if I'm working or not, it might be temporary because I'm working on my own stuff. But no matter what I do, it's to me, if I say I work, okay, then you still, so what do you do? You feel what I'm saying? I'm telling you I work. I'm making my own money. So.
I work, man. That's what you need to know.
Exactly. I'm making my own money. I have my own money. But when you want to be specific on what I do, I think that's a little bit too. Now I think you want to judge me if you want to take this further. That's my opinion. Because I would never ask a lady. I'm pretty sure I would never ask what you do.
I get asked all the time.
You do?
What?
So I can't ask a woman that.
I get asked all the time. And when I tell them I'm like, I'm a landlord, and they're like, oh. I'm like,
I say the same thing.
Yeah, so leave me alone.
Because I guess, you know, when you're dating, you're used to the same answers.
Yeah.
The same people. I'm a hairdresser. I'm a dancer. I'm a nurse. I got my own business. You know what I'm saying? So I guess something like that is like you never hear too many people say I'm a landlord.
I'm a lord of the land.
I'm gonna use that one. What you do? I'm a landlord.
I mean, I have tenants.
So what as we're talking on that, what you think is a question that shouldn't be asked during the first date from a woman? If a guy asks a date that's gonna turn you off, what question would just be like,
I guess it would be, are we getting down tonight? That's a turn off. Because
people ask that?
What? Yes. I can't believe that you think that men don't ask this. Like, word?
I mean, because we're going on a date with me, of course the attention will be, so I'm going to make sure we have a good time to do it. But I should know within, you know what I mean? Like,
Or like, I don't know. It's like, I think a lot of times, like the doctor was saying, like men know that the vibe is not there. And it's like, I guess they feel like...
Oh, yeah, the vibe is there, and it's like, I feel like you owe me, then what we going to do tonight? Like,
and so then it's like, me am going home. Like, if the vibe is not there, it's just not.
But to me, it's when it comes to taking it to the next level, if she's not feeling me, then it's like, why should I want it? You know what I mean? Like, if we getting down, but I know the vibe is not right.
But see, my situation is a little bit different because I'm on social media hard, right? And so the idea of men like the idea of me, so it's like this. It's like you seeing Jenne in swimsuits and Jenne, in the nice little sexy dresses. Like when Jenne's just walking around with sweatpants on.
Anybody inboxing, anybody talking, you ain't nobody do nothing.
Like it's and so when you do the whole go on a date thing in your mind, you have calendar girl.
So yeah, he's attracted to what he's seen. He's not attracted to the.
And so when the vibe is just not like it's just not flowing, and it's like, oh, I think you thought I was somebody that I'm not, or maybe vice versa.
I could be honest in that, I might go on a date with somebody I probably seen or met on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and it's more of I tend to look at their pictures and judge them on their pictures, like, yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So I can see that and probably agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, as I've put out quite a few sexy things, and so it's like, yeah, I mean, I enjoy every aspect of being a woman. The sexiness of it, the drama, whatever it is I have to deal with as far as being a woman. I enjoy every part of it, and I try to put all of that out there in social media. All the different aspects of my life, my family, and
I do that too.
And try to let you know that I actually am a well-rounded person. Yeah. These are just photos.
Yeah, but some people, as social media do, they tend to judge you on your photos.
Yeah,
and that's why certain things, I post my family that I do with my kids, and when I'm involved with them, and when I'm involved with them. Some people say you do too much. No, because the general person, if you're looking at me, will understand, and you're gonna look and know that. Damn, he's family oriented. He do sports. He does this. He does this. He's well rounded. Some people, like you said, some people just post pictures and all day. And you go on a date, like you do this all day. So what's up? What you do?
Right.
You don't really show me what you do, other than just post pictures. Your model pictures. So I think we do get judged on that. First date experience. You ever smash on your first date? You had a one night stand?
Yes, I have.
Ooh. So the date went good?
Not so much that it was a one-nighter, so I guess not.
No, well,
I guess this is another conversation.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be another conversation. The topics is on it. Man, like I said, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to the S.N.A.P Judgement Show. We definitely want to thank Ms. Dr. Cassandra Parks for giving us some great tips on relationships and things like that, and love. That's the number one thing. Ms. Matillda, anything you want to, shout out to the...
No, I mean, hey, District 12. I'm still running for District 12, City of Atlanta, City Council. I mean, look out for my posts and look out for updates of what's happening in Atlanta, and just support me any way you can.
You know what that is. Just like in court, we're going to erase the last quote she said earlier about her.
I know, strike that.
Strike that.
I mean, people live, though, right?
Facts. You already know what it is, man. Like, until next week, man, the same time, same place, different topic. Y'all stay safe, Blessed. Together we can. Together we will. You know what it is. Snap Judgment Show. Next 100. Love y'all.
Good night.
Oh snap, get ready for beast mode. This that knowledge to feed your mind, body, and soul. Tune in. It's the Snap Judgment